Okay. What's happening here? Market maker student worldwide.
Akuthi Mzie,
Manando the goat.
anaphelelwa bereka.
Lenta.
You're always working.
Non-stop.
Yeah?
Non-stop.
You're always work. Onobeletseng da.
Now check out my 4 pairs. USD ZAR, gold, GBP USD, and Nasdaq. Now I only trade 4 things. I don't trade much. I just trade 4 things.
Hey, nowadays the way money click I even hardly trade.
Nah.
I would you. I hardly trade nowadays. Yeah, you can like show my people how you analyze. I'll be here just for the views. I want to get the views high so they can see the real knowledge. I'll be also learning.
Now, for now, I think I'm gonna take a buy on USD ZAR. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
One, now I'm a market maker student, so the way I trade is based on the market makers. So based on that, right now I'm looking at a peak formation low coming out of the Asian session. So the peak formation low, basically, if you check, I have my TDI here. This is the Traders Dynamic Index, right? This thing was oversold, right? Okay, let me just give people a breakdown of what's happening here. This blue box here that people see here, this is the Asian session, right? This blue box here. This is the Asian session, so normally I don't trade there, right? I only wait for the market to come out of the Asian session. So coming out of the Asian session here, I wait for patterns like your M's and your W's, which are basically your double tops, your double bottoms, right? So with that, right now, if you check, this is the M15 chart. Let me just zoom in so that people can see. Already here, we've got a small rally, but then the market decided, okay, let's retrace and create a pattern here. Now I trade double bottom, double top on M15, M5 or whatever. So this right here, this is a W formation that I'm looking at. And it's given me the confirmations that I need to take a buy entry on USD ZAR, right? So I'm going to probably take a buy now and have a tight stop just to see how we push, right? Just give me a second. Okay, the trade is in. You see it turned red here. This thing here, when it turns red, it means that a trade has been opened, but obviously it's still in a loss now. You know USD ZAR spreads. So I'm taking this buy based on the peak formation low coming out of the Asian box. We've got a peak formation low. We've got the TDI oversold, right? We've also got now the W pattern coming out of the Asian box. We also do have the confirmation here. My confirmation is the W breaking the 13 EMA twice, right? This is how I take my M's and W's. When you take a W off of the 13 EMA, it has to break the first time, then it must close above, then it needs to come back down and break above the second time in order for you to take a buy. So I see some guy said this is a system. This is not a system. This is just, these are tools to basically analyze where the market is. This is the Asian session. These are moving averages. Then these are quarter theory points. All these lines that you see here are quarter theory points. There's no, I don't call this a system. This is just tools to analyze the market. The only thing which you can call a system basically is this, the the symbol changer. You can see that you can open all the symbols down here at any point, right? Anyway, so for me, USD ZAR has been selling for quite some time, right? Now, according to the market maker rules, USD ZAR has formed at least 3 levels coming down, right? For me, I'm a market maker student, so I'll trade the market maker way. So we've got 3 levels on USD ZAR coming down. I'll show you from where, from here, right? I'll show you the levels. We've got this level here, right? I don't know if you can see, right? This level, that was level 1 movement coming down. Then the retracement. Then we've got a second level coming down. It's quite a big one, but it looks like consolidation. I know most people think it's consolidation, but then we have the third level coming down here. So already we've got 3 levels, and according to the market maker rules, when you have a 3-level move, you should expect a reversal. And today is Wednesday. I normally expect midweek reversal on a Wednesday. So that's why I'm choosing to take the USD ZAR buy trade. Of course, my entry may be a little bit aggressive, right? Based on that W pattern, my entry may be a little bit aggressive also, but I'm waiting also for the US session. In the US session, we might see a drop down to the level of 1490, which is a whole number level. Market makers love to play around this area, around whole numbers. So also in the US session, I do expect, if nothing happens now, I do expect them to come back down to 1490. And then from there, they have to continue going up. So of course, I'm not giving all the full details because it takes a lot to understand the market maker cycle and how it happens. But I'm just giving people a brief idea on what I'm looking at this morning. I'll switch over to GBP USD. Also, I'm using the market maker method here. These 2 yellow lines here, these are ADRs, average daily range. So it means that your pairs, they have a daily range that they move every single day, the daily pip range, right? So now these 2 yellow lines represent the ADR high and the ADR low, which suggests that if GBP USD is to come into any one of these zones, you expect to see it reverse from any one of these areas to trade back into the daily range, right? So like I said before, this blue box represents your Asian session. You will notice that in the Asian session, there's normally consolidation, right? They normally consolidate within the Asian session.
So
then coming
on the break of the session, is it the change of another session? Because on the blue,
yeah.
I get what you're saying. The blue,
so
the blue box is the Asian session. So when we break the session, are we on the Aussie session?
Yeah, so let me just explain to you quickly. So the Asian session here, it starts at midnight, right? And ends around about 8 in the morning. Let me just confirm. It should be about 8 a.m. Yeah, 8 a.m. Ne? So when this box ends here at 8 a.m., there's that dead time of the market where there's really, it's like a session overlap, if you want to call it that way. But here is like dead time. Then you will notice there's this other box, this rectangle box here, this long one that opened. This signals that this is now the London session open, right? This is the London session open. So what you should know about market makers is that when they break out of Asia, any quick move outside of the Asian session is normally a false move, right? Is normally a false move. Then henceforth, now when I'm looking at GBP USD, I expect something like this to happen today. As you can see, they already moved a false move up outside of the session, right? They went up. So I'm expecting maybe something like this today. A sell pattern. But of course, GBP USD overall should be bullish. But I'm expecting maybe a sell pattern coming down here. This could happen either right now during London up until New York, and then they fall throughout New York, or they can
What's the time frame?
basically. Sorry, this is M15.
So we might be going up for a possible double top, then we drop.
Yeah, then we drop. But it's not going to be a drop for a long time, because overall, GBP USD should be starting a buy movement, right? So if they do not do this today, you expect something like this. Let me just remove maybe these ones that I've drawn here. The market maker method is very complex. It takes a lot of understanding. People have, some people know it. I know some people know the market maker.
You know the people here who think you don't even know what you're doing. They never know until they work with you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Now I'm okay doing my thing. So also there could be something like this today. Since for me, GBP USD has a total bullish outlook, I'm looking at specific price points in order for me to take specific trades. You see, with the USD ZAR, of course, I want to be bullish on it. I've got a peak formation low. I'm still expecting them to maybe hit the lows again. Then I can take a further buy in here around 14.90. This one I'm expecting to take it long for quite some time, right? I'm expecting to buy it long for quite some time. With GBP USD, I just need to see them give me a sort of an M pattern. Then I can take the quick sell. US session, we might just see them continuing on a rally. That's also subject to whatever they show me. So for me, I don't, let me tell you how I trade. I don't have a specific outlook, an overall look on a pair. I never do. I only trade what I see at that specific time. That's generally how I trade. It's all about the pattern that you're being shown at the time. Normally, I've seen most traders will have, like, let's say a clean chart, right? This is a GBP USD. Let's go to a daily. Of course, there's the top-down analysis that people do. I normally don't do that. Why? Because I only trade what I see at that time, right? So
Okay,
let me just, sure.
Let me see something there. Yeah, put the highest height and put the lowest low. Put the lowest low of the horizontal line. Let the second lowest low. All those lows, you need to put the horizontal ray. I want to see something.
This is a daily, nah?
Yeah, go put on the lowest low of the market.
I'm just going to put all of the lows that I see that are visible.
Yeah, let's go to the 4-hour. Because there we have highlighted almost the nearest possible. You see where things stuck. If you can check them, a lot of people, they were expecting a head and shoulder setup, which didn't really play out. If you can check the broke that level, yeah. Because if you check on that other shoulder, yeah, that point there's a nice shoulder, but then on the right side, it's complicated. So what might really happen is people might be caught in the wrong side of the market, you know. So people now will think it's gonna be a break and retest so that we're gonna go up, and it's possible that head and shoulder will play out there because when you need to know that breakouts, you know, they are meant to happen because they know new traders know nothing about breakouts. You know, that's where they get caught. You see, that structure is gonna play out that way. You know, it's just a different analysis, but then at the end of the day, we all get the same direction.
Yeah. So that's why also you see like that bearish outlook on GBP USD can be very possible. If you look at the daily, that structure that we had now, that head and shoulder structure on the 4-hour, if it does play out, it's in line with basically what I'm showing here, that we need to see a sell-off here, maybe down to this point here. So the analysis is the same, even though it's different. Hey, now I hate using MT4 for analysis. I like TradingView.
Yeah, but then like sometimes Not100 it's good when it comes to structures and stuff. When you get the black charts only.
Yeah. But now I like TradingView much better than anything else. Yesterday we had a buy on GBP JPY. A lot of people were saying that they were holding sells, nah? For me, like I said, coming out of this blue section here, coming out of this thing here, this is the Asian session. So any quick move out of this session is usually the false move, right? And people are like, they're holding sells. Now I gave a signal out for a buy. Our TP was at 139.25. And if you can check, this one candle is the one that hit our TP. Just one 15-minute candle it took to hit the TP. Of course, we entered a bit early. I had a buy just inside the London Open, which is this block here. This block signifies the London Open. Of course, we had a buy, which was early.
Can you go to that? No, I think I was one of the people who were holding the cells. Can you go to the clean chart? I want to see something on it. Yesterday I was on a sell with it.
Okay, give me a second. Let's clean this chart up. Okay.
But it's Okay.
Okay.
Then it means we got the upper level going down.
No,
Okay,
you
that's the
know
daily
what? Ne?
time frame.
Yeah, this is the daily.
Okay,
You
wait,
know
like
why I
let's
understand.
use patterns only. There, let's not don't put the horizontal
Oh,
rays. Let's
okay.
just use it in the pattern way. Like you can remove everything. I have another way of sorting that out. I wanna see something. Okay, we're gonna start from the previous structure. So when we are in the previous structure, can you please do that 1, 2, 3? I think on that previous structure, I have a nice 1, 2, 3 on the upper level, starting from the highest height, going that sideways. There's a 1, 2, 3. We have a nice 1, 2, 3 pattern there. Like you can use trend lines for me to do it
From
on the
down here.
on the pre- on the previous structure, not that structure, the structure that was already formed. The other side on the, I think it's my left. If you check, yeah, starting from there, that's the go the other way. We are analyzing
Wait.
the previous market.
Oh, okay. You mean basically down going up
Not
or what?
we not we like I don't want us to analyze that structure. You see the previous structure which played out. I get it.
Yeah.
That's the current structure. There's a previous structure. When I say previous structure, I mean the structure which has already played out on that previous market. Go back to your charts. We don't analyze the current market. We need to analyze that previous market, because that structure that you're analyzing now, it's the current. It's the what is the current market, and I wanna analyze the previous market. E.
Okay. So let me go to this clean chart now. Okay, because I know you do top down analysis, né? So for me it's not my strongest suit, so I won't exactly know what you're talking about, but
Okay,
I'll
but
do what you
Abudimzi,
need me to do.
go to the
Sure.
lowest low of the market. The lowest low of the market.
You're talking about down this side.
Yeah, we're gonna start
Uh-huh.
there. I need to connect from that lowest low. Now push it in. It shouldn't be like that. Push it in so that it can touch. Cause what? Yeah. Then do another one on the upper level. Why am I doing it like that? The way, if we draw it like that, it means the market didn't move. But then when we do it like that, the market has already moved. So now we can draw the highest height trend line.
From where this previous point or this one here, this close one here.
Let me see. As long as I have, you can take any from that previous, as long as I have. Now we're drawing the same trend line, the upper one. It should be almost the same. We can unzoom here because the zoom level, I think it's strong. We need to have almost a channel. Yeah, we're from that height, that highest height.
This one.
Nah, the lower one.
This one.
Nah, go that structure, Abu Timzi, where we have the opposite trend. I get we have an opposite. If you can check, our trend line.
Yeah.
Okay, on that head of that thing, yeah, there. You need to draw another one going sideways.
This way. Or
Nah,
which direction?
go just like the one we drew. It's not the EFRs. It should correspond with the one that we had. Let it connect to that that height that with Z 1, 2. If you can check that's the first touch. The second touch, draw it the way you drew the one going up. So it needs to go down, connecting 1, 2. You understand? Nah, it doesn't have to break that level. You see the second touch there, Abu Z. That's the first touch. The second touch, it's near. That second, it's acting as a shoulder.
Okay, I'm not getting which one you're talking about, eh?
But
Because for
you see
me,
how you drew the one going from down going
from
up. Just do the same
yeah,
thing opposite.
from the top.
The same way we drew the lower one is it should be parallel.
Are you talking about here?
Yeah, do the same thing, but then on that structure, that's the current structure.
So you want from the previous. So okay, so you want me
Yeah,
to draw it from this point? Let's see
going
here.
down,
You want it from here, this block.
going to the second block. Go to the second block. Point it. Use that. Yeah, you can use that thing. Then we have the second block. Do you see the second block?
Where there's this M formation here.
Yeah, with Mzie. Like,
Mole.
that's the first block. If you can check, we have another block where the market left a high. But then that side.
Because, okay, so I'm drawing it from this point. Okay, so let's do this now. I've got, from this block here, I've
that's
got
correct. That's
this
correct. That's the
one.
way.
Or
Yeah,
this
that's
one,
the
you mean
correct way.
You mean this side?
Yeah, but then let it touch that high. Yeah, you're doing it all right.
Like this, yeah.
Okay, that's the first second. You can go down with it so that it can be solid. Okay, you can zoom in. If you can check, now, in that level, we had a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The reason of the cells that we had that cells because based on the what? Based on the third touch. If you can check, there we have a first touch, second touch. Where you put the box is the third touch. So I was taught that the third touch has the highest probability winning. You understand? So
yeah.
The reason Reina we sold on that level is because of what? Is because of the third touch. And if you can check again, the price action where it's a break and retest. Understand? Break and retest. So now on that level, I'm expecting that structure to drop again.
Yeah.
Because the same formation that's formed there is the same formation that we're going to have now. I'm just waiting for what? I'm just waiting for the third touch on that current level so that we can go down and drop with it. You can go to the 1 hour.
H1.
Okay. If you can check on the H1 again, Abu Mzie, I'm
Sure.
going to anticipate that thing as a break and retest in. Understand? Because even if you take our trend line from the lowest low going up with it, on that level, what the market is doing now, it's trying to get people caught in the wrong side of the market. A lot of people are going to go to that position thinking, or okay, you know what, this trade is solid, this trade is this trade is that. But then total overall, GBP, JPY, we are on a sell. Yeah, now
it's gonna go down.
One from the lowest low where we started and said buy GBP, JPY, yeah, they could have capitalized a lot of money. But then when we look at the long run, when we look at Thursday, Friday, next week, Monday, we're going to be dropping. If you can check, GBP pairs have been buying. I understand.
Exactly.
GBP pairs have been buying. If you check GBP USD now, you're like previously it's been buying. So now it's time we drop hard with it.
Yeah, let me just show you now what I would basically how, even if I don't use my drawing tools. Now, this is Asia. All of this is Asia, right? Now, the move coming out of Asia, this is a false move. I can guarantee you this is a false move to the upside. So what happens is, the reason why yesterday you see that big candle bought, it's because they were stop hunting all the sellers. Because yes, the market should be selling off, and you guys were correct to sell, but obviously it's not at the right time, because for me, it's not at the right time to sell. So when they have such a big candle, and there was no news for GBP, there was no news. So this big movement here was a stop hunt to get out all the lower level sellers who are coming into the market. And then now what you expect is that today is when you most probably find your proper sell conditions. For me, I'm looking to sell the GBPs today whenever they give me the right structure. But this block here is the Asian session. And normally when you come out of the Asian session, it's a false move session beginning, which is London session. London session opens basically from 10 o'clock. The box opens at 10 o'clock and closes at 11. So now this was the false move. Now I know definitely that, okay, if this is a false move, it means that if it's a false move going up, then it's the correct move is going to be coming down. That's why when I go back to my things here, my analysis, this block here is a stop hunt box where most sellers have their stop losses and they'll be taken out from here, right? So what I expect to see will be that same M structure which I'm talking about now. When I get that M structure, I will be a seller of the pound, which is now in line with most retail traders. So those who are able to hold long term are still in the game, but they're in very big drawdown. But I do expect to see the GBPs falling. Euro GBP also will be a buy today, because obviously it's inversely correlated. So Euro GBP, I'm expecting to see the buy. anytime from now going into the US session. US session basically will be starting at, for me, my US session will start 4 p.m. But obviously it opens at 3, like around 3 p.m. That's where the US session will open. So I will be looking for entries around that time. So the way I trade, it's based on specific times. I don't just trade at any given time. I trade when the market opens. When London opens, I look for entries. If there's no entry, I'm waiting for the US session. It's all about timing, guys. Honestly, if you find yourself trading at
Tell
any random
people
time,
about the beat the market maker strategy, because people are too quick to be judging and stuff. They don't understand your trading style, you know. And I've seen it working for you, and I've seen it working for me sometimes. The little things that you taught me, you know. So it's easy for people just to say they can't understand message charts or whatsoever. But then the most important thing is, with the strategy that they're using, are they really making money, or it's a long story? But then based on your
yeah,
trading style, trading everything, I know I've been working with you there and there. I can see that your strategy has been consistent to you. What's not working for someone, it's working for you. So it will just have to take time. Nami, you told me, like, it takes time to understand those things. It's not the thing that you can wake up and say it's a double top, then you understand. It's a double
yeah.
bottom, then you understand. That's not a simple
No,
forex. You understand?
no,
And it
I can see the comments. I can see in the comments people are like, no, he doesn't know parallel and stuff like that. I understand. Like I said before, now I don't really do top-down analysis and all that. So, of course, that's why I was having a problem understanding what you were talking about, where I should draw the lines and stuff. But anyway, that's not the problem. Now, of course, people see there's quite a lot of stuff going on here. They think it's complicated. There's only just these are the same
Nami,
drawing tools that you
the
use here.
first,
It's just different
like
colors.
when
It
we were like, that time when when we were in a Zoom session with like Prince, I thought it was like difficult, because you know it's not easy to understand, you know. But then
yeah,
when you get that strategy, which you know, okay, in a day you can make 500 USD, 1,000 USD, it's fine. People brag on trading price action, but then they still can't make enough money on price action. You understand? So it's all about the
exactly.
strategy that you have. You know, like the beat market maker strategy. It's working for a lot of people, and I've tried it. It's just that it takes time. It's unlike support and resistance that they're trading. It's not like those patterns which you are trading, you know. So it takes time, and I believe it didn't take you like a month to like fully
No.
understand that.
Okay, because check for me, I'm self-taught. I never had a mentor in BTMM. I'm self-taught just by reading. And then, of course, here and there, I found a couple of videos here and there, but they didn't really help me much. So when it comes to BTMM, now, if to teach this thing, it takes me 10 trading sessions, 10 sessions to trade with someone. So basically, 10 sessions of like at least an hour or 2 hours a day. So basically, it will need about 10 to 20 hours of learning, of which 10 sessions is enough for me to help someone understand this. When you start learning the beat the market maker method, I'll remove everything and give you the simple stuff. Of course, here it's modified because I've got the quarters theory template also on here. And I know most people don't even know what quarters theory is. That's why they're
You
still
know,
losing money on the
you know
market.
what's the problem? Like the problem comes when I see me generally, you know how I am. If I say things on Instagram, I can say I don't use what we call indicators. When I say I don't use indicators, people will think that I said indicators doesn't work. You know, like VMJ is making money through indicators. A lot of traders, good traders, they are using indicators. You know, but then, you know, when it comes to this game, you all have different types of trading style. You understand?
Yeah.
I
At the
would
end of the
say
day, like for me, comments are comments. You have haters, you have people who like you. At the end of the day, none of them pay me, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you and I, we know what we do on the market anyway. So yeah, I'll just have to see
there's a
later
lot that's
on. The main thing is, if it works for me, then why should I be worried at the end of the day? So yeah,
getting like who are using price action, but then they're failing to make $10 in that price action. You are using your trading style, you're making money in your trading style. You understand?
the funny thing
It's
is,
just like, you know, the system is working for certain people, others is not working. Price action is working
Yeah.
for certain people, to others is not working. Indicators are working for you, they're not working for me.
No, you know
That's
what it is, nah?
it goes by the patience that you have. People think, okay, if I get Manando's indicators tomorrow, I'm gonna be consistent. Consistency is the state of mind. It can take you 2 years to be consistent if you don't believe you're consistent. People are
Yeah.
too quick to understand when the psychology that they have when they come to the game is the reason they are not even making enough in the game. You don't
Yeah.
have to have that psychological level of horror. You just say, I want to make money. You're not willing to lose. And not respect the trading style. I've seen it. I've seen you teaching us in the Zoom session, and it's working for you. If it was in, you wouldn't be talking like this, me and you.
Yeah. No, but anyway,
Like
it's all
that,
good.
like,
The funny thing is now this thing is just about the indicators and whatever's on the screen. But normally when I trade, when I'm on my phone, this is all that I see, and I still know how the indicators are going to look like because I've been doing this for quite some time. So I don't even need the indicators. I need this chart, and I just draw out using these same tools. I know that this will be my Asian session up until 8 a.m. I mark it off till 8. I'm done, right? Then I know stop hunt box will probably come in around here, where most people are putting their stop losses for a sell. They're getting taken out here. When it
but then
comes to the buy side,
as
yeah,
as as knowing sessions and an important role in FX, because for me, one thing that I can tell you is now I can't calculate peeps. I just said that they say we need to count last numbers. I'm not into peeps. I don't calculate my
no,
stop loss. I don't even know the sessions. I just know what it, because I was once in the fundamental stuff, which didn't
yeah,
work out. In the 2 a.m. is the Asian Aussie sessions. There's London sessions, but I'll never point that now it's London, it's Tokyo, it's whatever. So
no. You know
does it
what, nah?
enroll
Like
or
just like how you go Falcon, né, you've got a certain way of doing things, né, and a certain way of spotting different things, of which né, your trading style is very good because you're dealing with market structures. Né? Mina, I'm dealing with how the retail trader, I'm dealing with the psychology part of Forex, how retail traders think. Most retail, that's why yesterday I'm telling you, the guys who were selling yesterday, they got taken out. Why? Because I was trading in line with the market makers. They were trading against the market makers. So at the end of the day, the structure is correct. The entry was incorrect, right? So for me, I believe that I would be selling this thing today, right? So when it comes to the session timings and stuff, the only reason why I look at the session times is because I know I need to know when the false moves start. When the false moves start, I know, okay, the market makers have stepped into the game. A lot of people are getting taken out. A lot of accounts are being blown. Now it's time for me to jump in when the market makers have done the damage. Then most retail traders will be out of the market when I am jumping in. And that's why you end up finding that we are in profit and we take the same directional bias that they had taken, but we end up hitting TP, whereas they got knocked out. And you'll find a lot of traders saying, but I sold it, I got stopped out, and then it went my direction. This is because of the market maker and the psychology behind Forex. So that's how it
you
goes.
know, you know how I always beat the game. And I always tell everyone to think like me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I opened like 10 to 20 position trading Nasdaq with a 2,000 or 3,000 account. So the strategy is basically a perfect entry. If you get yourself a perfect entry, the thing that you need to do is trail your positions. When you're
Yeah,
trading, just like the yesterday's movement. To the amateurs of Forex, yesterday it took them out, the GBP JPY, you understand?
sure.
But then
Yeah,
just because I knew the possibilities and the probabilities of what might happen, I always set my stop loss under profit. It's better I close 10 rand profit than closing 100 rand loss. You understand? So
exactly.
that's how it is.
Yeah.
Check out BTC USD. I think they say it's flying. I've never traded that thing. I don't even know what's the broker to offer that pair. I don't know if
Hey,
it's a
nah,
pair.
I don't even. It's Bitcoin. Where's this thing?
Yeah, it's
Let's see. I
flying.
don't know if this broker has it. Okay, let me do this. It should have it. Show all. Let's see. Bitcoin. Let's look for Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency, nah? Yeah,
After
BTC USD.
Bitcoin,
Okay.
we're gonna check Nasdaq and US30. Then we out.
Bitcoin,
Okay,
they say it's flying where?
no, that thing is dropping. But then, okay, what's that time frame?
This is M15. Let's go to a daily. Let's
Yeah,
see.
wait on the M15. On the M15, something there's something interesting there. If you can check on if you can check on the M15, that thing is about to form an inverse head and shoulder setup. As you can see, it already formed the what they held. Now we are left with the what we are left with the right shoulder. Then the
Yeah.
possibilities again, eh? The possibilities again, you are correct. It might drop for a what, for a double bottom. For a yeah, it's a double bottom. So
You
what
know
we
what
need
I've
to
seen about the structure? Sometimes it can do this, right? It can make a W structure, which still falls in line with this head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder structure. So you might find that it will be a double bottom, which also plays into this head and shoulder structure. So there's two ways of always viewing this thing. It just depends on what they give you. But at the end of the day, I do foresee that if they do go down, they'll create a double bottom and they might still play into your inverse head and shoulders. So there's just two
yeah.
ways. It just depends on what you see. That's why I said, nah, I don't trade like anticipating how far this thing will go. I trade what I see at that specific time. So if I see a double bottom now, and it's a confirmed double bottom, then I'm gonna take it. I don't know where BTC is gonna go. Whether people say, hey, it's gonna go to 20,000 or whatever. No, for me, if it's a double bottom here and then they give me a double top anywhere in here, I'm going to be a seller of this thing and I'm probably going to make money. And then whenever it shows me another type of setup, I'm going to take it. So I don't really have like long term. I'm an intraday trader. I don't really hold.
Okay, Abu Mzie. Take
Sure.
yeah, we wanna from that highest from the highest side of the market. Go hold him. Take a trend
Yeah.
line and let it go fast. I hear fast. Thing. From that higher side, I need a trend line. Yeah,
From here.
going down. It should go with yeah, from there it should go with the connects. Hargabona refill lagoga. Okay, sharp. That trend line is valid. So you might leave that trend line there. We're gonna be waiting for a while for a break and retest on the trend line so that we can go for a perfect entry. I mean, no, it's all about the possible and the probability.
Yeah.
So we can just wait on that trend line and see. Oh, okay, well, now Dimzi, we're not from the I carry the trend line touch, the first touch, second touch. On that second touch, take another trend line where Facilion. It will have enough
Okay.
touch.
Okay. Let me just remove this.
Yeah, from there it connects. So okay, yeah, now it's nice. It's forming almost a fan. So okay, on that level, if you can check the trend line is the 1-2. That's the third touch. So when it's a third touch, you already confirmed that it's going for a what, for a double bottom. So that trend line played a huge role in this analysis. If it wasn't for that trend line, we were going to talk about what we were going to talk about the inverse head and shoulder setup that's gonna be formed. So now that
Yeah.
inverse head and shoulder setup was going to be killed. Why? Because of that trend line. That trend line made the market drop. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So the trend line gave us a what? Gave us a double bottom, which is playing a good role. So now what we need to be waiting for, I'll be setting my buy limits on that level, knowing that okay,
Yeah.
when it reaches that level, it will go up. And one of the smartest way to trade those patterns is always take your profit on the neckline or trail your position when it comes to the neckline, because the power in it, but then the 90% rule is where we started our trend line. That's where I'm gonna take my profit on the highest height. So for BTC now, they could be relaxed, but relaxing and skywella stuff, so you can drop when it's dropping to that level, then we can go up with it. You
Yeah.
see, it makes more sense in that way.
Yeah, I like this type of analysis. I do it here and there, but to be honest, now I just stick to what I've known best for the last 5 to 7 years anyway. I like this. It does show nice structure. So for now, I guess we're just waiting for the play out of this double bottom. Once it plays out, then I guess there's a trade for a number of people here. Hopefully, it goes there and
And
it does what it's
it's
doing.
already, you can like check it. It's already in the mood, it's about to go down for that thing. Let's check US30.
Okay, I just want to add something real quick, just for confirmation purposes. Ne? Okay, so this is the quarters theory. I get it. You know, we've talked about the quarters theory before. Anyway, so
Yeah,
right now it just bounced off of this whole number, this level. It's 18,000. It's a whole number, and it's not by chance that it just bounces on 18,000 to come down. Of course, a lot of people would have taken the buy more 18,000. I get it. Why want this thing, this double bottom.
yeah.
But of course, it was a premature entry. Now that you put your trend lines, most people will know that, okay, I should have then entered after the break of the trend line if it was a confirmed buy. But then also, because now I'm a market maker student, I'll tell you why this buy was premature. The market makers had to take people out. A lot of people probably bought here. They were not wrong to buy here. Of course, it was a double bottom. They bought in, but I know that the market makers still had to disturb quite a number of people and take them out of the market. So this now would be the perfect time to enter once they give you a confirmed rejection off of the lows. Then at least you can take your money going up. So if there's anyone in a long position, you can continue holding it. But of
But
course, expect
if
them to come retest down here.
if you can check there, I'm not a support and resistance person, but then I'm gonna use the terms. Our support turned into a resistance because it was about to. If you check that level there, previously it was a support, but then as it broke that level, support turned into resistance. So now we're gonna be dropping there, double bottom, then we're gonna go up at that. Yeah, let's check. Yeah, this one was a nice one. Let's check. US states.
US30. Okay. Okay, let me switch to the correct one. But let me make a clean chart for it first. Okay. Let's clean it up.
That thing is you. That thing will make me rich.
What's that?
US states. Okay, check out
Nah.
Mzie from the lowest low.
Sure.
Go to that lowest low. Put a horizontal ray on the lowest low. I just need one horizontal ray on the lowest low.
More.
Ish, my network, it's still loading. Yeah, there. I
Ish.
wanna from that level, take a trend line. Take a trend line from that level. Look connected there. Where you're on. Yeah, it should be that way. It's fine. Okay. Here's the thing what people are failing to understand. We won't always have the picture perfect setups. Understand? We won't
Sure.
always have the picture perfect setup. If you can check, the market moved. Let's start from the first touch and let me teach them something. From the first touch, the market moved in an impulse way. You understand? After an impulse, then the market went down. The market will always find itself to be humbled. Understand? Then it went down. If you can check Abu Mzie, yeah, that's the touch. Then go to the third touch. As we see, the third touch is there. Check. What I'm always telling my people is the third touch has the highest probability winning ratio. You understand?
Yeah.
Check how the okay, but in that third touch, can you draw that line sock because it's a correctional way. Draw a running. I think it's gonna be a falling channel. Draw a trend line from the highest height on that third touch, so that it can give us that break from that highest height on the third touch. Yeah, I wanna okay, check the strategy with Mzie. Where you started your trend line is where you take your profit. So on that highest level where you started your trend line, you can put a horizontal rate to show that that's where you take your profit. I've been using this way of trading and it's been consistent on my side. As you can see, we started our trend line on that highest height. And as we started our trend line on that highest height, the market has reached our target. Understand? So here's what's happening now with USDT. A lot of people will be trapped into selling USDT. For now, selling USDT is like throwing yourself into the deep. You know, it's almost it should be added into 1,000 ways to die if you decide to sell USDT. There's a lot that's going to understand about music. As the
Yeah.
Falcons thing, you see this thing on Falcon, you see it as a market structure, which has a trend line, then an impulse, then the market needs to be corrected to that trend line. Okay, let's start from that lowest low, Abu Mzie. On that lowest low, we're gonna start on that lowest low. The market went up, and when it went up, it came back to the retracement, to that level where we had our box. Yeah, that was an impulse. Then we went down again. Then it had an impulse again. Huh? Yeah. Okay, so Abutim Z, ne? Check here. People asking me, Manando, how do you get your perfect entries? I always tell people, Hori, never trade the market inside Abutim Z. Now I'm a person who trades on top of the trend line. You see the lowest low of the trend line, that's where I take my position. The highest height of the trend line, that's where I take my positions. You'll never find me taking my position based on the inside market, because you'll never know. But then if you can check, it failed to break the first time. That's again, the psychology plays an important role. It failed to break the first time. Okay, it failed to break the second time. What gives you enough reasons that it's gonna break for the third touch? So here it's all about the psychological level. You need to think as a trader, as a consistent trader. Okay, it failed to break there. Okay, you miss that entry. Then you see it again coming to that same level, but then you're failing to take your trades. You see what that person really needs Jesus. Like, check out that level there. You missed it. Okay, it went up. Then it came back to that same level. It's giving you what? Entries. Or okay, you know what? Enter this trade. You decide to leave it. Then it says, okay, you know what? It's fine. Let me go for the last time. Then it goes for the third touch. You're not even there. You see that? You really need prayers, or I don't know, because the market will always be the same thing. Same thing. I was telling people that you can go to Warren Buffett, you can go to whoever, you can go to this and that. They'll show you the same thing. It's just the mindset on how it is. Like, I always tell the people, Hori, if you see the third touch, take the third touch as the highest probability setup. First one, you can miss it, it's fine. Then you come for the second one, you still miss it. When you go for the third one, Abutim Z, then it's a boom. And if you can take, I was always hitting the same levels. As I said, where we started our trend line, let's look at the first one. The owner can say the things that you did, they're very helpful. Let's start from that highest height, ne? When we went down with that arrow going down, it did hit that level again. It came to that level as a take profit. We had another one, it hit that level as a take profit. I understand. That's how the market moves. Okay, so check Abutim Z. We're one of the same trend line with really more fast. You can draw it on the upper level. You can draw that trend line on the upper level. Yeah, correct. Yeah, push it higher. Let me teach people one thing, eh? Well, one of that trend line, Abutim Z, we have the first touch, we have the second touch. People are going to sell on that level. That's not the selling level. The selling level is when the market reaches that highest height, which is the highest height of what? The highest height of the trend line. Now, this is a matter of possibility and probability. A possibility is we had a double top. Now it's not a possibility anymore. Why? It broke that level. Now we are in a probability ratio. The probability ratio is, do you have that marker thing? Okay, you can just mark the boxes up there. We have the first touch. You can mark the first touch as a box, first touch, using the box on the upper level. Yeah, let's use those boxes. They look nice. I think I'll start using boxes. We have the first box on the touch. Now we are using the upper level. Now we're going to the upper. Yeah,
1 and 2, no?
On the upper level. Bon, on the upper level. Let's start from the first touch. The first touch, it was there. One of the first touch.
Yeah.
Where we drew our trend line.
I put one here.
Yeah, draw a box
I put
for
one
me on
there.
the first touch.
Okay, a box.
Yeah, the small box on that first touch. Yeah, that's the first touch. That's fine. Nah, Oscar box, a large box. I just want that highlighted box, a small box. Then okay, that's the second box. Yeah, it's fine. First box, second box. Then now on that highest height of the market, put a box for the third touch. So that box, when it comes, you can extend the trend line. So people will be selling US30 with Mzie. I don't know what they want to see, ne? But then they're going to get what they need. So you can just take a trend line and show that, okay, US30 will push higher to that zone where we can have we can have a box, Yeah, that's the highest height that we can go, in the market makers way. That's the highest way we can go. We are going for we're going for the third touch. My strategy now. So when we go for that third touch, remember again, we will need to come and test the box here until we have a breakout, you understand? So it will be just moving like that. That's how it is. That was US30 for us, That's how I have it.
No, I see.
Yeah,
No,
let's
I see you.
let's
I
now
see
go to
your way of
Nasdaq.
analyzing. Sure. Okay, Nasdaq. Let me switch over this side
Okay, let
because
me let me let me
this broker that I'm
let me
trading,
go
this
out of
one,
this
just
live
for
video and
huh?
I'll send the request immediately. You'll take me in.
Huh? You wanna what?
I'm going out like 2 seconds, then add me in. I'll send the request.
Okay, sharp. Okay. So wait. I hope you guys saw how you'll be trading your US30. That's Manando's way of trading, his top-down analysis and stuff. This was the H1, guys. I was looking at H1. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Nasdaq now. Okay, let's clean it up. Okay, Manando's back.
Abuti.
Sure.
Skolin. Abuti.
Oh, this is
Yeah?
Nasdaq, no?
Yeah. Onyo gera wen. Onyo gera meriri. I like to make a call to not those doji. Get Nasdaq Abuti.
Yeah.
Abuti.
Yeah, Manand.
What's the time frame, Abuti?
KH1.
Okay, one. On Nasdaq, there's something interesting. From the lowest low, let's take a trend line. From the lowest low, we connect all those levels. From that lowest low, we take a trend line, we go up with it. Yeah, that's the lowest low that we have.
It'll get change color because it's white here. Okay. Should I connect it with the second one or this one?
Yeah, that's perfect. Go up with it and let me see what I go, guy. Okay, it's nice like that. Then okay, from the second touch, let's start another trend line. From the second touch, you take another trend line.
Kamo or like
Yeah, you sharp. So it's fine. On the highest height, we're just gonna have one trend line. It will go that almost third touch on the upper level.
this one.
Nah, on the highest height. But even that one, you can draw a trend line on that level. It still fits. So one of the same way draw on the upper level, you start on that level. On the upper level, start on that level. Yeah, that level. Then you're gonna go up at it. Okay. You said what was the time frame here?
H1.
Yeah, let's go to the M30, which is the half of an hour. Interesting. Very, very interesting. You know, now we do what, ne? On the thing, on that, we're gonna analyze that structure, the previous structure, put a horizontal ray on the
On the what? Array network. I sharp. Okay, let's see.
Woody.
Sure.
Woody. Are there
Yeah.
these monkeys? They keep calling me.
Okay, no, I not flop.
Okay, from the M50, like from the M30, let's go to the M15. Because on the M30, when we check, we don't even have a structure. Okay, check. On that level, Abu Mzie, we're going to draw a trend line going sideways on that current structure.
From where to where?
Okay, go to that structure. Draw via the lows. Let's just connect the lows. You need to go sideways. Nah, not from there. On that current structure straight. Go to the current structure straight. Draw that
What?
correction.
Yeah.
Or you can even put a box showing as if it's a session. Just draw the correction. Highlight the correction. That's a correction.
What are you talking about? This thing?
Yeah. So you can draw that thing in a form of even it's fine like that. Something interesting about it. So okay, check, as we know that the market moves in such phases. So
Sure.
if you check out with Mzie, from the lowest low, we had an impulse going up. That's correct. So now the chances of the market breaking down, they're very low because that's an impulse correction. Then we're gonna have a what? We need to have an impulse with Mzie. That thing, you can just extend that box, extend the box sideways. That thing, it might correct till that. Remember the probability of us going to that trend line there. Yeah, it should be like that. It should correct like that. We are in a correctional way. So remember, a correction. Look at the previous correction. Draw that previous correction in a form of a box. The previous correction in a form of a box. I want to show you something. Yeah, that correct.
This one.
Sure. If you can check that correction came straight to what? To the trend line. It came straight to the trend line. So how do you trade this thing? We're gonna wait for that correction to come and touch what? And touch the trend line. That's what I'm gonna buy. Nasdaq US30. Let them not waste their time. those things are still on the buying sides.
Yeah.
Understand? So for one to say, okay, sell Nasdaq, he'll be lying to people. Sell US30. Those things, they still have to push high. You'll check the half past 4 event.
They're
I highly
basically
believe
selling the
that it will
corrections,
go to
most.
the 1 hour. Let me check the structure on the 1 hour. But then I believe it's now we still have a long way to go. Yeah, you see, you're still gonna touch that level. And if you can check, you know what do I call that thing there? I call it the blowing power. The reason I'm calling it the blowing power is a lot of people will think Nasdaq has pushed to the highest height. Nasdaq, it's now time to sell. Mentors will wanna profit via the IB. Will sell a sell signal. Understand? They'll get what they
Why is
wanna
it?
get.
Why is it tunneling when Nasdaq was still Woma 8,000? When it reached 9,000, people sold it heavy, and that thing broke.
You know
That's how
what?
it goes.
It's the mindset that you have. Not always have that high hopes. Okay, when it reaches, I don't normally play in that levels. I know how those levels work. I know how those
Yeah,
levels work. Understand that with MZ? I know for
sure.
a lot of traders, we get trapped in that level. We get trapped in that level, knowing okay, this is the time. There's no way. I was told, by my previous mentor who told me nothing. He told me, the market will never break your fall. But then there's some candlesticks, they'll take you out real quick. Soon they'll take you out. You understand? You see, the
Yeah.
market has reached the highest height, but then your loss keeps increasing. Ask yourself why. This thing has pushed to the highest height, but then the market keeps pushing. There's some mistakes like this. People don't take care of. If you can check via the upper trend line, we have 1, 2. We need to go for the third touch, but then someone is selling on that level. What do they really want to see? What is it that they have learned? You understand? There's a long way
Yeah.
to go there with Mzie. Go to the M5 and let me see something. Go to the M5. Now, for me, I would stay away from Nasdaq for now. You can increase the market price. Wabana Mzie, selling that thing will be including yourself to 100 ways to die. Because
Yeah.
it's still within our correctional box. Mzie, on that lowest low, put a box on that lowest low. It's almost forming a W on the lower time frames. So to those who are scalping and stuff, it's fine. They can take that. They can take that. But then people don't know how to trade double bottoms and double tops. You know, our people don't know how to trade double tops and double bottoms. Understand? So someone will
Yeah.
be, I wanna just like the after people traded the half past 4 movement, I trade the 5 o'clock rejection. Understand? Because
Yeah.
one thing that they need to understand is the market don't always be picture perfect. The market is not here to impress me and you, Abu Timzi. People want the picture perfect thing. Understand? And it's
Sure.
not like that. Nothing will ever be picture perfect. If everything was picture perfect, we'll all be rich. So they expect the Hori. If I teach you Hori, this is how you spot a double top, this is how you spot it. What. If it doesn't work for them, that's how Hori, your strategy is not working. To understand? Their patience is not working. Wait enough. Waiting about those other guys now with him Hori. As a trader, there are few things that you need to do. It's just that I'm not in my room. When I'm in my room with him, I have a board. And that board, I have highest probability winning patterns on Nasdaq. I have highest
Yeah.
probability winning patterns on Vix75, highest probability winning on US30. So whenever I'm in my room, when I look at the charts and I see that this pattern is playing out, I'll trade it. So if it wins, it gains more power. I tick it. So if I get it like in a month, if I tick it like 30 times winning ratio, it means that thing is winning. And I have 3 losses. So whenever I see those things, it's easy for me to like spot them without fear or favor. With him, Nasdaq is a buy without fear
Yeah.
or favor. So which one can we
Yeah.
check for the last time? I wanna go cut my
Rege, check
hair.
the comments. Rege, check the comments, everyone, what people want.
We should do this more often. I see people are enjoying.
Yeah. Uh, one about a V75. Okay, now I've got V75 open this side anyway. Now I trade everything. Yonki into.
You know, I was once called Manando Vix75. I was killing that thing. I made like a lot of
Raz.
money. Yeah, I think I made like plus minus 100K trading sometimes taking dices. But then, you know, my love for them like went away. You know what I did? I went to Vix75 with 0.10 and with the 600 USD account, I closed 4,500 profit.
Ah.
You know what's the problem about social media? Ne? Whenever you do something which most traders fail to do is it's a demo account, understand?
Yeah.
I've made a lot of traders. I've made a lot of mentors to be shaken. I've made a lot of guys to be intimidated
No,
about. You know,
why it's
and this
again, nah?
I've
You
made a
let
lot
them
of niggas
talk.
to get me.
Leave
You
them talking.
understand?
I don't know at their house. So like why should they bother you anyway? Because even if they talk or they keep quiet, it's like Rachelete, however, it doesn't matter.
You know what's the problem about this game? They're failing to understand that I'm the new dog. Forex, everyone has their season. Abu Mzie. Who Cash Flow had their season back then. Uh, everyone has
Yeah.
their own season. Well, Abu TTP, so they had their season. Now it's our time, you know. It's our time. And they're failing to
Yeah.
understand. Understand.
Okay, now the comments are coming in. What is V75? This is V75 H4.
Okay. Check. Okay, we're gonna from the first to third touch on that thing. Draw another trend line. Yeah, from there it should connect. So anticipation of Vix75. Put the on that second dot there, on that second dot on an uptrend, put the horizontal rate. Vix75, we're going to have an head and shoulder setup. So I'm just waiting for it to drop to that shoulder, then we retrace, then I kill it to that level. This one it's what's the time frame? Go to the 1 hour, it will show us the possible one. I wanna Peter. We are going to form an head and shoulder setup. Oh, it's already going as we say it will. I wanna with him Z. The skill is too much. They can hate, they'll never take the skill.
Yeah, wait, let me do this. 20, where's this thing?
When you post 50K loss, they say so, they try again next time. You post 100K profit, they say it's a day. I am the new dog in this game. They're failing to understand. Now I'm making a lot of it. I am the big dog now.
Enjoy game.
Yeah, they're gonna hate. The skill is there. Hey Drew, I can't be using my best skills on demos, wasting my time. 2017, I was broke. They didn't talk about me. 2020, I'm their topic. They talk about me in group chats. So they am
What it?
anticipating a drop with Mzie. After the drop, you can just do with an arrow. It's gonna drop and go up. Use an arrow, drop up, as in a sort of like we're gonna break that level going down in a sort of a breakout. Yeah, then we test that level as a take profit number one. Then we're gonna go for a retest up. And then after that retest, that's going to be our entry levels. Then we're going to be going for the hardest drop that everyone has been waiting for. Eju, that's the A45 entry. I'm going to go for the A45 entries. You know, so that's how it is. Go to the M8. That's how it is. Yeah, that's how it is, you know. When we are not winning, they'll talk. When we win, they talk. You know, some people are just born to talk. The more they talk about us, we're doing better. They talk about me and give my mom 20K. They talk about you with Mzie. You buy a new house. They talk, you buy this and
Another
that.
one.
And
Another one. We don't stop. We don't stop. We just continue.
let's hold this setup on the 1 hour. It's more convincing on the 1 hour. So we're just gonna be monitoring it on the 1 hour. So guys, that's what's happening. And if you can check there with Mzie, I think we already have that breakout and those trend lines really smooth. Understand? So we have the breakout there. Yeah, it's the breakout. So what we can say is let's sell Vix75. The loss is on me. But then I know we won't make a loss on this one. I know. I would Mzie, like my forex story is so nice. Let's save it for another day, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's so nice. The skill
Well,
is
see,
there.
what I like about Nasdaq, I wanna Iran. It's like giving people the breaks,
You know what
so
we call it?
people
I
start
call it
selling.
false hopes. It's just like Oshela Chiri, so she's friendly. Wanahana hore, okay, you know what? This girl is going to be mine. Understand? That's what
Yeah.
I've meant. As I talked about patience, check that double bottom. It's now becoming fire. For someone who doesn't have the knowledge, what have I that double top, that double bottom? Understand? Be patient. Look
Yeah.
what the market is doing. Relax, Aju. How, okay, well, Nabutimzi, let's go to that chat. I want to show them something why this thing went short. Okay, go to that highest height, Nabutimzi, on that trend line. Take a trend line from that. Nah, on that current structure, Aisha. Now, like zoom, put that zoom level.
On only M5.
Yeah, okay, on the M5, take a trend line from that height. Uyishe fast, so. That's a 1, 2, 3 touch. Taiwan at the third touch. That's the yeah, sure. Check you. On that touch there, that's what happened. When someone doesn't know, as I said, you just have to know. If you didn't know, now like I knew how it can sell via what? Via that touch on the third there. But then going down, we can use it. That thing to me is not a break. It's just gonna go up. Understand? I'm not begging up with my analysis. That thing was born to happen. Understand? It was about to happen. As you can see, it's about to retrace up. Buyers and sellers are now fighting, but then buyers will eventually win the fight. That's how it is. You know. So for someone who was scalping Nasdaq, they might be happy. Signal one in the current signal, but then they're gonna send another sell signal. You're gonna get bent.
Yeah. Ejo, na irigevaya, na I have to do a couple of things, but I think it's like Jiga later with another live. Then yeah, we can go on later again and check more things.
Aye, no problem, Abu Timzi. It was nice being on your life. God bless.
No, sharp. Thanks.
Shop, shop.